What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of 101 Sports and Cards. Sports Card episode. As always, I'm Nate the Holloway, and with me, the one and only George.
That's right, I am the one and only. So, releases. Those not many. Those two. We got the Skybox EX 2000 hockey on Wednesday. Looks awesome. I love that design.
It does look good, from what I've seen.
And Friday is Court Kings basketball, the new draft class. So
Court King is always fun.
Yeah.
That's some nice cards.
Not too expensive either.
How much is it?
I don't know. It's usually not that expensive.
165. I feel like that's extremely cheap.
Yeah.
Or you get one auto, one mim. Yeah. One auto, one mim, one base parallel, two inserts. Yeah.
Alright, so some news. Topps Dynasty.
Hey, you forgot one. Panini Fast Break Basketball came out today.
No. You'll get that.
It's $3.25. I would not recommend.
So Topps Dynasty is going to have mascot cards now in it.
It's not in Dynasty. It's not in Dynasty. That's false. It's in their new thing.
Series 1 Celebration. But they're Dynasty patch on.
Yeah. They're cool.
Yeah.
But they're also going to be stupidly expensive, I feel like. I want one from Screech if he has one. But also, they're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Because they just had some worker at Top sign the cards.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't really care because I'm probably not going to buy any of it. So.
You don't want one of Mr. Red?
No. I'm not a big mascot guy. I honestly think they're kind of dumb. It's just for kids.
I'd love to get one of Screech, of course, but also the Philly Fanatic. Philly Fanatic's the best mascot in sports. Yeah. It's not close.
Well, they make the Coyote one for basketball.
I'd love that, but they won't.
Caitlin Clark, Black Phonite Prism 101, the photo variation was pulled.
On whatnot. So congratulations to whoever did not receive that card.
Yeah. Becca has filed a civil lawsuit against a duo in January for allegedly selling counterfeit memorabilia with fake authentication stickers from Beckett, PSA, JSA, and Fanatics. So, we're in big trouble. Don't know how much was it for, but
hey, Beckett needs all the money they can get.
Yeah. And according to Fanatics collectible CEO Mike Mahan, he was on the Jeff Wilson show, debut patches are expected to expand to NBA and NFL once they get the licensing. This is massive, because this is the debut patches for baseball have been probably one of the best things they've done, biggest things they've done, and bringing this into NBA and NFL is just going to be even bigger, especially for the QBs. This is now going to be probably the best card for a QB and of an NBA player. This is the National Treasures logo man, or flawless logo man, basically. So, good luck trying to fool your PC player over too if you want that. So now we're gonna.
I just like that for these, like basketball and football, all of them are going to be week 1 or the first game.
Yeah.
Except for the basketball guys that started the G League and come up.
Yeah.
But like football, unless you're on the practice squad, you're going to be playing, even if you're on the sidelines all the time.
Yeah.
Still going to have the patch. So.
We're going to our baseball buys from veterans, rookies, and then the prospect in their system. This is all speculation. You don't have to follow all advice if you don't want to. You can buy whoever the hell you want. You can buy Yusei Kikuchi if you want to. I know Striker is.
He's still in the league?
Yeah, I know.
No, is he?
Yeah.
Does he play he still play for the... Who did he sign with?
I think the Giants. I don't know. I don't really care because he sucks, so...
He was good last year, before he went to the Astros.
So, we're going to have you start. I don't know how you did yours. I don't know if you did by division.
I did by division.
Okay.
Starting with the AL.
Yeah. I'm going to go your team, my team, boom, boom.
So you want me to get both?
Yeah.
Okay. So Yankees, I have, for the rookie, I did a rookie or veteran for all these. Some of them I didn't even put prospects on because you shouldn't be buying prospects for some of these guys, for some of these teams. For some of these teams, you shouldn't be buying anybody.
Yeah.
The Yankees, I did rookie, Jason Dominguez. If you want a easy veteran, is Judge.
Yeah.
And prospect, I did Spencer Jones.
I did Dominguez, and then for my prospect, George Lombard, who's been playing amazing in spring training.
Orioles, I did Adley. I was going to put Gunnar, but Gunnar's Gunner's very expensive right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to, go high rolling with Gunner, go ahead. He could be AO MVP. And then prospect, they don't have many good prospects anymore because, they're all up.
Yeah.
But I went with Samuel Basallo. I believe he ends up getting called up this year.
I went with Gunnar Henderson for my guy, and then Samuel Basallo also.
Be replacing Ryan Mountcastle.
Yeah.
Real quick. For the Red Sox, I went with Devers and Casas. Devers is extremely cheap. He could also be on the move. He pushed his return date back again. And then Casas is a great player.
Yeah.
For the prospect, I went with I did not go with who everybody was going to go with. I went with Christian Campbell, who's their second ranked prospect.
Rafael Devils is my guy. You probably could have picked that. I do like Casas also, but I only put one for each team, pretty much. I think there might be one or two teams I'll put two, but I'm probably just going to pick one, because it's the one guy. And I did run with Anthony, because he's going to be called up, and he's Christian Campbell's kind of too expensive. Roman Anthony's not too expensive, and he will be called up, and he could win AL Rookie too, so.
Depending on when they call him.
Yeah.
The Rays, I went with Easy, the only guy you should be buying from the Rays, Junior Caminero. And then prospect, Xavier Isaac.
I did Caminero and Xavier Isaac also.
For the Blue Jays, I did Bo and Vlad just because I think both of them are going to get traded. And then the prospect, Arjun Namal.
I did Vlad Jr. only because he's going to be the bigger one on the move. And then Arjun Namal for my prospect also.
Guardians, I went with Jose Ramirez. He's too cheap for what he is. And then Travis Bazan.
I went with Jose Ramirez. I want a different route. I want the guy that just got injured, and it's the perfect time to buy him is Chase Delotto.
I was going to go with him. Royals, Bobby Witt Jr., clearly, and Jack Cagliano.
I did Bobby Witt and my man Jack Cagliano.
For the Tigers, I did Riley Green / Spencer Torkelson. And then for prospects, he was one of my favorite guys in last year's draft class. I wish the Nationals had taken him. I went with Bryce Rayner.
I went with Wiley Green. He's going to step it up this year. I went with the guy that is one of the most underrated prospects in the 23, Bowman. He got overshadowed by Paul Skeens. It has Max Clark.
I was going to go with him, but then I saw Bryce Rayner, and I'm like,
yeah.
I love Bryce Rayner coming out of high school. For the Twins, Royce Lewis. Royce Lewis could be a, AL MVP if he could stay healthy, which is...
Neville.
Yeah. And then I went with Walker Jenkins.
I did Royce Lewis also. When he is healthy, he is honestly one of the best players in baseball. But who knows how long it's going to be for. And then my prospect is the only guy you should probably buy for the Twins. Maybe Emmanuel Rodriguez, but it's Walker Jenkins.
The White Sox.
Horrible anyways.
I went with Luis Robert. I think they're going to trade him.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Teal as the prospect.
I went with Lou Bob just because he's going to get traded. They will trade him because it's the White Sox. They need to. And just completely rebuild. And I went with a guy that you all know. He is my favorite behind Jack Cagliano in this draft. And that is Braden Montgomery. Unfortunately, he's a White Sox now, which upsets me. But I think they have to rebuild around Braden Montgomery. Or they may even trade him. I mean, it's stupid.
They also have quite a few pitchers that are really good.
Yeah.
But
like Hagen
they're
Smith.
pitchers. Or Noah Schultz.
Yeah.
For the Astros, I went with Jordan, just because Jordan's stupidly cheap for what he is. I mean, he actually looked better in the outfield
He's
last
basically
year.
the Barry Bonds of all time.
But not on PEDs.
Yeah.
I mean, he could win AL MVP if he can
it's
stay
tough.
healthy.
It's tough for him, though, because he's being a DH.
He's not DH anymore. He plays outfield. He'll probably play a lot more with, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Out there. Talking about Kyle Tucker, the prospect that I went with was from the Kyle Tucker trade in Cam Smith.
I did Jordan also, and I did not do the top prospect in Cam Smith. I went with the guy that's he was very cheap when he was a prospect, and then he's gotten some hype, and that's Bryce Matthews. It's because he's actually very good.
I just went with Cam Smith. He's been playing unbelievable in spring training for him, and a lot of people think that he's going to be their next superstar.
Yeah.
For the Mariners, I went with J-Rod, of course.
Yeah.
And then I was going to put on there.
Mariners' system is loaded.
I was talking about who's already on the team.
Oh. You going to put Cal Ollie.
Yeah, it was one of the best catchers in baseball. Offensively. Prospect, I went with Cole Young. He's probably going to get called up this year.
Julio was my guy, of course. I have 2 for this one. There's literally 5 you can do. You can do Fallon Silverstein, Cole Emerson. But I took the 2 guys I like. And, Cole Young, you guys all know. If you listen to this podcast for a long time, you know Cole Young has probably been one of my favorite prospects for, 4 years? So, but another guy that I'm very big on, that a lot of people were kind of in on, but now, he's looking like Baby Yoda. That's his nickname, Lazar Montes. The dude can hit a 5-foot home run every time.
For the Rangers, I went with 3 guys. Veteran, I did Seager. Yeah, and then for the younger guys, I went with Evan Carter and Wyatt Langford. They're both a lot cheaper than when,
Especially Evan Carter. He is dirt cheap right now.
And then for the prospect, I went with Sebastian Walcott.
I did Corey Seager and Wyatt Langford. I still am a big Wyatt Langford guy. And I did the only Rangers prospect you should probably buy, Sebastian Walcott. And it's for good reason. He's arguably one of the best prospects in the game of baseball. For the Athletics, I went with 2 guys. I went with Brent Rooker. He's going to be hitting absolute moonshots in their new, minor league stadium. And I also went with Lawrence Butler. Yeah. And then I went with Jacob Wilson. I did Butt. I think he's going to have a 30-30 season because he can also steal bags too. And he's great defensively. He's a big dude. And you got to remember, he was the hottest player in baseball at the end of the year. One of them. And then I did Jacob Wilson as my prospect. He is still technically a prospect because he got injured. But when he was up, he was amazing. And you guys know, I've been high on Jacob Wilson since he was drafted. I thought he was one of the best picks from the class. Angels, I went with Mike Trout. That's the only guy you should be buying from the Angels. And then I went with Christian Moore as prospect. I did 2. I did Mike Trout just because Hall of Fame Hall of Famer for sure. But I did do kind of another guy. I did Logan O'Hoppe. He is a top 5 catcher in baseball, in my opinion. He's just on the crap Angels. And then the only prospect you should probably be buying from them is Christian Moore. The dude is actually very good. Not the other one. I don't think he's even on the farm system anymore. I think he's 7th. Okay. But I still think Christian Moore is one of the only ones you should be buying. Phillies, you all know who I'm picking. I'm going with Bryce Harper. Easy buy. I mean, future Hall of Famer. And then prospect, my favorite prospect from them, Justin Crawford. I did Bryce Harper, Hall of Fame. Could be MVP if he stays healthy and everything. And my prospect was Aiden Miller. For the Braves, I went with Acuna. He's going to be coming back. Hopefully he can stay healthy. I also went with Michael Harris just because he has climbed up in price. We'll be honest. Pretty much anybody that plays for the Braves and has been a rookie within the past 5 years is probably a good buy. Like Austin Riley, and the only one I wouldn't be buying is Ozzie Albies. And a former one, Vaughn Grissom. Yeah. There's a lot of people actually buying Vaughn Grissom because he might actually make a case come up and actually play. And his auto is like $3. I went with Acuna, Michael Harris, and prospects I went with none. Because their farm system sucks outside of pitching. You don't want to do AJ Smith-Solvin? For one, he should not still be a prospect. He pitched a ton last year, and he sucked. He was terrible at the big league level. And if you opened up any 2024 product, you'd probably put an AJ Smith-Solvin on. I don't know. Yeah. I also didn't open that much. Everybody else did. I put a gold. Yeah. Juan Acuna Jr. is my guy. You guys know how I feel. He's generational talent, and if he can stay healthy. And then my prospect is Luis Guarnipa. Very young prospect. Very, very highly talented. For the Nationals, there's a lot that you can do for the Nationals. There's a lot that I could do for the Nationals. I went with the easy ones, James Wood. James Wood, you should be buying James Wood. James Wood, in my opinion, is going
to be better than Juan Soto. From what I've seen, early watching Soto's career versus Wood's career, Wood is going to be a better player. In my opinion. I also went with Dylan Cruz. And then the prospect, there's a ton of prospects to go with. I went with Brady House. Just he's going to be up this year.
Yeah. Because
we don't have a third baseman. Our third baseman is Jose Tena or Paul DeYoung.
Yeah. Hey, you cannot diss on Paul DeYoung because every time you do, the dude hits nukes.
I know. I just need to diss on him all year.
Paul Goldschmidt.
I'm gonna be calling up freaking Davey and be like, "Yo, start him every day so I can diss on him. He'll hit a nuke every time."
He would become the next Bailey freaking Bonds. Not really. Ass. James Wood is the one I went with. James Wood, I'm high on James Wood. He was a prospect. And then my prospect is a pitcher, but he's a guy that I really think he is the next Paul Skeens that gets the Paul Skeens treatment. He is the Steven Strasburg of this organization, Travis Sikoa. If you've never watched Travis Sikoa, go watch his highlights.
He shot up the prospect ranking last year.
If you want to watch a disgusting pitcher that will just absolutely that will get you excited. If you're a pitching guy, I like pitching, but everybody else does not. Pitching can be very tough. I've hit on a lot of pitchers. You can ask Nate. I've hit on Scoot Ball. I've hit on Joe Ryan. I've hit on a ton of pitchers. And a lot of people don't, because pitching can be very tough. Travis Sikoa is one of those guys I'm putting a lot of chips in.
He will probably not be up this year.
No, but the dude throws 102 and has some of the nastiest stuff I've ever seen.
You want another pitcher from the Nationals who's right below him is Harlan Susana.
Yeah.
Harlan Susana gets in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
But he throws straight gas.
Yeah.
And he's nasty.
But Sikoa he's honestly one of the best pitchers I've seen since Paul Skeens. I think he gets the Paul Skeens treatment and blows up. Which he is very expensive for a pitcher.
For the Marlins, I went with Connor Norby. I think he's going to have a breakout year with him. He played really well after he got traded there from the Orioles last year in a terrible trade for the Orioles. And then prospect, I went with Davison De Los Santos, who should be up this year.
So, this is the only team I have two pitchers on. I went with Yuli Perez.
Who's hurt.
Which is a good time to buy. And then I did Noble Mile. I kind of forgot about Davison De Los Santos because I forgot he was actually traded to them. But yeah,
Noble Mile's really good.
Davison De Los Santos would be my hitter. And if you know how big I was on Davison De Los Santos before anybody knew him.
You were pissed when the Diamondbacks traded him away.
Yeah, because they're stupid. The dude was the future of that team. Idiots.
He was the future. So you're saying he's going to be better than Corbin Carroll?
Yeah, with Corbin Carroll's injury history right now, yeah, I would take him over him. He's got back issues again now. He's got back issues too now. Not only is it Soto, he's a freaking noodle arm. I'd take Davison De Los Santos over Corbin Carroll. I really would. If I'm starting org, I'm taking him. Yeah, Corbin Carroll can hit pretty decently. He can speed, but guess what? He's one arm, little noodle arm throw out from his arm horn again. He's got back issues already. What the hell's this dude? Is his body made of glass? Is he another one of those guys? I'm not taking anything away from Corbin Carroll. I do like Corbin Carroll. But
I guess the last one's the Mets. Since I forgot to put them and they're at the bottom of my thing.
Yeah.
I went with Lindor and Soto, two Hall of Famers, in my opinion. And the prospect, although he's not really a prospect, but he's been hurt for the last 2 years, Ronnie Mauricio.
I did Juan Soto, strictly because he can win MVP. It's just going to be tough with Shohei. He's going to be one of those guys that may never win MVP because of one guy winning it all.
He wouldn't even be my MVP favorite on the team.
And then Ronnie Mauricio. You guys don't know I love Ronnie Mauricio.
Yeah, we do. For the Brewers, I went with Jackson Churio and Jesus Maid, who was one of the youngest. He was the youngest prospect in baseball. He's no longer that anymore, but he's really good.
Yeah. I went with Jackson Churio. Everybody knows that he's my favorite player from this rookie class, and I've been buying a ton of them. And then I did Jefferson Carroll. I think he could play first base since they got William Contreras, who is the best catcher in baseball. But Jefferson Carroll can definitely compete against him. But I think KO can go to first base and be just fine.
For the Cardinals, I went with Jordan Walker. Eventually, he has to do something, right?
And he's really cheap, too.
And prospect, I went with J.J. Weatherholt.
I did Jordan Walker. I was going to do Mason Wynn, but I feel like everybody's on Mason Wynn's case right now. I just don't think he's going to hit enough. I just don't. I don't think he can hit.
He was their best hitter last year.
They sucked.
They're going to suck again this year.
Yeah, your best hitter was hitting, what, 215 with like 7 home runs? That's not good.
Pretty sure he was better than that.
Not much. Look it up. Look it up now. I guarantee he hit under 250, and he probably had 15 home runs. Less than that. And J.J. Weatherholt is my prospect. He has no cards yet, but he will in Bowman.
I forgot he wasn't there.
And when he does, this is like one
of my he hit under 250. 267, 15 home runs, 57 RBIs.
Wow. Points, what's that, 1 hit off? 2 hits off?
267?
Yeah. I got the home runs right.
He went 0 for 3 today.
I think Jordan Walker has way more higher ceiling. And he's younger, so.
If he can figure it out.
If he can not one of the sprinkle heads. That's just a freak accident.
The Cubs, I went with Kyle Tucker because he's too damn cheap.
Yeah.
And although I'm not a big fan of him, Pete Crow Armstrong, I did not put a prospect on here.
There was multiple.
Didn't put a prospect on here.
I put Pete Crow. I only put Pete Crow. I like Kyle Tucker. I just don't think he's ever going to get love. So, but Pete Crow, he can arguably be the next Mike Trout. Just saying. His defense is there. He's got the speed. He's got the offensive power. If he can get a little bit more power, this dude is going to be insane. And then I have 2 prospects for the Cubs, unlike you, who put none, because you're an idiot. Owen Casey, who's going to be a Marshall, and then Matt Shaw. How do you not put Matt Shaw, who has been arguably one of the best players in spring training for him? Idiot!
Let's wait until I'm right and they're both out of the league in 2 years.
Oh, yeah, okay.
For the Reds, I went with Matt McClain. Let me guess, you went with Noelvi.
I did not.
And then I went with Cam Collier, although he is hurt.
I went with Ellie De La Cruz simply because everybody loves the guy. And he's probably one of the safest buys you can make. And I do believe if Ellie can if he can not strike out as much, and he can actually he makes hard contact. Eventually, he's going to hit 35, 40 home runs. He's going to go 30-30 easily. I think that happens. People's going to he's going to be one of the generational talents. And his market's going to go up. Noelvi Marte is always a buy for me for my PC. So, I don't care if he sucks. I don't think he is. But
just get back on them PDs.
Yeah, should. Let them all do it. And my prospect is a pitcher in Brett Lauer.
Of course it is. Pirates, I went with Andy Rodriguez. He's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And they don't have another reputable catcher because
Dave sucks.
He's an outfielder now.
He sucks.
And although my boy Joey Bart did have a good year last year. And I went with no prospects.
Okay. I went with Andy Rodriguez, and my prospect was Tamar Johnson. Did you forget he existed?
Yeah, I did. I didn't see him on the list.
Because he's not in the top 100 anymore.
I looked per team, you idiot.
You must not have been looking hard enough, because he was like number 3.
Well, also, I didn't really care, because for one, it's the Pirates, and who cares?
And another one...
Because guess what? Everybody on this team right now, none of these guys will be on their team in 5 years, because they will trade them away. Yeah.
Nick Gonzalez is another sneaky one. He's actually been playing very good.
Why don't you say Nick York?
He's old. He's like 26.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, okay. Paul Skeens. Buy Paul Skeens, guys. If you want a pitcher that's already up, Jared Jones. There you go. It's basically Paul Skeens, but not the hype.
For the Dodgers, I want Mookie and Freddie.
Dodgers are everybody on the damn team.
Everybody?
Pretty much everybody on the team.
You know, for the Reds, you know who I was going to pick? Or the Matt McClain? Who do I hate?
There's a lot.
Gavin Lux.
Yeah, I was going to pick him too, but nah.
Now for the prospect for the Dodgers, I went Yasu DePaul. Although you can go with a ton of them.
Yeah. I did Shohei as the main one because people just... I think Shohei... It doesn't matter what Shohei does. Shohei can suck this year. People still don't want his stuff. Shohei can do 60-60 this year. Who the hell knows? He might just push the envelope even more.
100.
Yeah. With Cy Young, too.
100, 0.00 ERA.
I mean, who knows what the hell this guy's going to do. And then Jose DePaul, one of my favorite prospects for them. They'll trade him, so don't worry, he won't be a dime.
They're going to trade all their prospects.
Yeah.
Because they don't have room.
Yeah.
Especially, their 2 catching prospects. Who should both be up this year, but they won't be.
Yeah.
Padres, I went with Jackson Merrill. And Tatis, just because Tatis is stupidly cheap.
Yeah.
Compared to what he was. Prospect, I went with Leo DeVries.
I went with Tatis only because at one point we all salivated over him. Everybody did. And then he got two bike accidents.
I did not.
Sorry, you're like the one person I didn't. Tatis, he's still great. He is still the life of this team. People just,
The PDs hurt him.
Yeah, but he's still great. I think he's a dark horse MVP caliber player. Like, I picked him last year, and he was looking like he could until he got injured. But
what he does way too much.
Yeah, but I still think Tatis is way too cheap from where he was. And then prospect is Leo DeVries.
Diamondbacks, I went with Corbin Carroll. And prospect, I went with Jordan Lawler.
Yeah, I did Corbin Carroll and Jordan Lawler also.
If Jordan Lawler can actually get a head out of his ass and do something.
Yeah.
Rockies, I went with Ezekiel Tovar and Charlie Condon.
I did Tovar and Condon.
That's it.
Giants.
Oh, I forgot the Giants. Patrick Bailey and Bryce Eldridge.
I did Young-Hoo Lee and Bryce Eldridge.
I love Bryce Eldridge. I wish they would have kept him as a hitter and a pitcher because he was great at both.
Yeah.
Just like the Crawford kid. They did the same thing with him.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Yeah. But they moved him to just a pitcher.
Well, he's very good.
Yeah, but he was good. He was a good hitter, too.
Yeah.
I just hope the Royals don't do the same thing. Cagley. Which they said they weren't going to.
Yeah.
But the Giants also said that.
I mean, I think Cags is literally a carbon copy of Shohei Ohtani. Build and everything. Which is why I loved him. Not because he's just a Florida boy. Florida. But because
does his brother play basketball for him?
I don't know.
Because there's a really good Condon who played basketball.
Condon? It's Caglione.
That's the Charlie Condon's brother. Does he
know.
play? I wanted to know this.
So, I want to go into overrated, underrated. We're not doing buy, sell, hold since we just gave you a whole list of 60 names you could possibly.
It's not. Charlie Condon's brother is Owen Condon, who's an offensive lineman for the Georgia Bulldogs. Think about that. Charlie, baseball player. Owen, 6'7", 310 offensive line. It's a big difference.
Yeah. One ate more than the other, because Charlie's not that big.
Thanks.
We're not doing buy, sell, hold because we just gave you 60-plus names of guys that we think and we like. Again, you can buy none of those guys. Or you can buy all of them. There's guys that I buy more of than others. Actually,
I don't buy any of them. Except for Bryce.
Yeah.
PC.
I buy a lot of them because baseball's my favorite sport. And it's the one sport it's the sport I know the most. And it's the one I can literally tell you anything about. So, and it's the one I hit on the most because
it's like me with basketball.
Not football.
Football's hard. Football's hard outside of QBs.
That's why I don't do
and
football.
I've hit on QBs.
That's why I don't do football. Because you know why? Football sucks.
Like I said, if you've listened to this, I've told you never to buy Anthony Richardson. What'd you all do? You still bought him. And look at him now. He's going to lose the starting job to Daniel Jones. And I'm going to laugh in everybody's face when it happens. Because Anthony Richardson is going to be on the streets. Because he sucks. They might as well just put him at running back so he can go out and get concussed every game.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor can't stay healthy, so there you go. He's got a second option. Alright, we'll move on from that. Overrated, underrated. For us, last thing. Court Kings basketball.
It's underrated. Beautiful product, cheap price.
Yeah. And I'm not talking this year. Court Kings is awesome. I love the blank slates. They're so clean.
I don't like the blank slates.
I like clean cards like that. It's clean. It's hard to pull. And it's honestly, it's one of the better short prints of a rookie you can get. That's not too expensive, but it is expensive. They also have the teals in it, which is an awesome thing they added to Court Kings to make it better. I think Court Kings is actually one of the most underrated basketball products out there. And I think all the autos are on card.
Talking about underrated basketball products, there's one that came to Target. I don't exactly remember what the name of it was, and I should probably look it up, but I don't care. It's like $150. You get an auto and 2 memorabilia cards. Of course, it's this year's class. $150. People are comparing it to Hoops Premium of last year, of possibly being, product of the year. It'd be really hard to beat that.
Yeah, I mean, be able to pull multiple nebulas. But
with this, like that, this is going to be a retail only, so it's going to be a retail hobby box. So good luck finding them. Yeah. And you're probably going to have to order them online. Last I checked, they were still on Target.com.
So. And 150?
No.
And you get 1 auto, 2 mems? Yeah. And it's this class. Yeah. So you're looking for Buzelis autos.
Don't connect.
Is Buzelis?
Reed Shepherd.
Wait, no.
Buzelis is not.
Yeah.
It's Reed Shepherd.
Connect. Is that it?
I'm trying to go in order. Reed Sachet doesn't. Sar doesn't. Third was Shepherd. Castle doesn't, but his stuff is stupidly expensive.
For good reason.
Yeah, he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Man, it's
not even close.
Not close.
Joe McCain, does he have autos?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
My boy, Nicholas Juricic.
Your shit?
Should have autos in it. I don't know.
Is Tijon Shalon? Is he okay?
He's in it. He's one of my favorite guys coming in. He's still very raw. He's also on the Hornets.
Yeah.
Who've proven they can't, develop it.
Besides LaMelo.
LaMelo didn't need developed. LaMelo was already a great player.
Brandon Miller's good. He just can't stay healthy.
Brandon Miller didn't need developed. He was already a great player.
Mark Williams.
He didn't develop Mark Williams. Mark Williams has always been built like that. He uses size as his advantage. His size is also the reason, he's not playing for the Lakers right now because he's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Name another one from him. Exactly. Name one they've actually developed. That wasn't already good.
Baron Davis.
Baron Davis didn't even start his career with the Hornets, did he?
I don't know. You're supposed to be the basketball guy.
I don't pay attention to Baron Davis. The only Baron Davis I remember is the We Believe Warriors.
I thought he started with them.
Well, good for him. That's not the same Hornets franchise. So
I don't know then. Larry Johnson? I don't know.
Not the same Hornets franchise. You got to think. The Charlotte Hornets right now, they used to be the New Orleans Hornets.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul didn't need developed. Chris Paul was amazing going out of Wake Forest.
I don't know. Tijon Shalon's going to be the new guy. I don't know. Hornets just don't buy him. They suck. The only one you should be buying is Brandon Miller, maybe. And
you should be buying LaMelo because he could be moved this offseason. So. Because there are multiple rumblings that he wants out.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
Exactly. Who would want to be owned by Michael Jordan? Not me. Not all you.
Unless you have anything else you want to add.
Nah. Thank you guys for listening. Come back here next week. And as always, keep on collecting.